So these pictures illustrate how the front-loading washing machine is constructed, with the inner and outer tubs, and where all the crud buildup is located at. So here's the dilemma. We got an LG washer. We wanted to clean the inside of the machine. The cleaning process involves putting bleach in the bleach dispenser and then pressing the tub clean button. And then it goes through a series of cycles which involves very hot water. It heats it up to about 70 degrees centigrade, I think. And attempts to clean an area that you cannot see. Okay, so how do you know it cleaned it effectively? That's the dilemma. Now this machine is 2008, so it's 12 years old. It's never been cleaned. We've always opened the door and let it dry out, open the dispenser for soap and let it dry out after each use. Never smelled too much, but we noticed that there was a buildup, and the buildup was visible in the area around the rubber gasket. And you could find the most buildup by pulling the gasket back and putting your finger in here and then rubbing it along this edge. Now the edge that you're rubbing is the outer drum, because this is actually two drums. This is the inner drum, stainless steel, which is rotating on a bearing and run by a motor in the back there, and it sits inside an outer drum. And the outer drum is, I don't know the exact amount, it's maybe a inch or a half inch larger in diameter to the inner drum. And the water goes in between those two, the outer and the inner drum. That's where the water's sitting, and that's where the buildup occurs. You can't see in there, so you don't know whether you're actually getting it clean. The best thing you can do is pull the rubber back, feel in here, and then shine a flashlight down in there, which I have done, and look in there. And I've done that now after we've cleaned the machine about 11 times, and it looks just about spotless. Well, how many times did I need to clean it to get to this point? Well, I don't know, because I didn't check it each time. Just kept doing it, and until we stopped getting suds, because that was one of the signs. Is when you put bleach in the dispenser and run the tub cleaning cycle, we get a bunch of suds. We didn't put any soap in, and this level of suds kept diminishing till the last time there was hardly any suds. Okay. But I found there's another way you can check to see how clean the outer tub is. You can't see the inner tub unless you somehow got a mirror in there, and you can't get a mirror in there. So I used a light. I tried a couple different lights, but this is just a little LED flashlight, and I'd shine it in the one particular spot where the holes are at. And when you shine the light here, and then you look over in this area or in this area, there's enough light that gets through, and you can see the condition of the outer tub and see if it's a uniform plastic. I think it's kind of a yellow, a light yellow color. Okay, but when I did that, of course, I had all the lights turned off in the room. So let's take a look at that. I'll turn off the lights and see if you can still see it with my camera. All right. See, when you do that, you can see that there's light spread out in the areas around it. Now, I can't show you what it looks like with my eyes. The camera doesn't do it justice, but it gives you an idea that there is light reflected, and you can get a rough idea what it looks like through the holes. I tried another light. Let's set that there for a minute. And is actually a more of a spotlight. This one, okay, the discarded old fire department light. Okay, and it spreads out a little bit more. And I'll turn that one off. Two of them. You can use two of them, I guess. What the heck? And then you look through those holes, and you're trying to see the uniform color behind them. Again, the camera doesn't do it justice. With your own eyes, however, I think you'll be able to distinguish the fact that the area behind it, especially as you move the tub back and forth, is a uniform color and not filled with crud. Now, the other important area to check, which is much harder to check, is the 3 grooves in the back. And you can't see those grooves because they're here they are. You see, those grooves that are in the tank fill up with crud as they meet towards where the bearing's at. And that's the place where a lot of the material can be built up. You can't check there. You can check against the wall, put the lens here of the light and looking through those holes, but it doesn't tell you what's actually going on the in the tank itself. Only the outside tank. That's the best you can do, unless you take it apart, and that's not something normally people would do. So my suggestion would be is to try that out, to check and see if your cleaning is being successful, or just go by whether or not you're getting soap suds.